Hello, everyone. So, for today's classwork, I am going to focus on our introduction, which is our new text. It's not going to be the whole novel, don't worry, but we're going to read an excerpt of Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. So, for the do now, as you see right here, we're going to click on this link, which takes us to the Frank family and World War II timeline. Now, this timeline illustrates important events during the war itself and during the lives of the Frank family. So it focuses on Otto Frank, the father, and how he took steps to bring his family to safety, moving it out of Germany to the Netherlands after Hitler came to power. Here, we have the timeline loaded up. On the top hand side, you see right here it says timeline of the Frank family. Everything up here are the events, the important events that happened to the Frank family. Here we see in 1929 that Anne Frank was born. Here in 1934, Anne starts kindergarten. And here in the beginning of the 1940s, we see all of the growing Nazi restrictions, Otto giving Anne her diary, and the Franks going into hiding. Now, at the very bottom here, we see the timeline of World War II events. So everything here on the bottom, these are the events, the important events that led to World War II and the events during World War II that affected the family. So a lot of the information here either does affect the family in huge ways or does not affect them yet. Now, when we scroll down here, we see a continuation of all of these events. Now, we have to look for the little details that really help us out. For example, here we have in 1960, we have the hiding place of the Franks is converted into a permanent museum. This is years after the war. So, in this building where the Franks hid, it's now commemorated as a historical landmark. In the same time, Adolf Eichmann, one of the last major Nazi figures to be tried, is captured, put on trial, and he's executed for his role. So here we see two very parallel parts of history. One in which a building and an event is being commemorated and honored, and here in which an individual in this part of history is being condemned. Okay, so again, take your time, read this. There's a lot of little details that will help you answer these do now questions. Again, keep looking for other very important details, such as right here, July 6, 1942. We see that Anne hides in the attic with a family, the Van Pels, but she called them the Van Dans in her diary. So, why do you think she made this change? I think it's pretty obvious. She's trying to protect their identity during this trying and horrifying time. So, this is going to be the beginning of our new, very short unit on Anne Frank. We're going to spend the whole week on all of these events. We're going to focus specifically on her diary. So, now that you have a little foundation for this timeline, get to the reading. It is on Pearson. I have assigned it to you, and it is also linked in the Google Slides. So please, everyone, do your best. Please reach out if you have any questions or concerns, and that's all I got for you. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.